Hey everybody, it is Tuesday Night Live. I am Peter and this is Julie, and we are excited to be here as always. You guys are in for a treat tonight, so we're going to just take a minute or two, let everybody log on, let everybody get comfortable, and then we will be getting rocking, rolling. Let us know where you're dialing in from. For those of you that kind of follow us, know that we have a personal goal here of getting all 50 states on one time, and that's going to be a night to remember. So, again, as you guys are dialing in, let us know where you're dialing in from, what part of the country, what city, what your name is, and we got a good one today. Today we're going to be talking about intense, like really intense stuff. So like growth, intense spurt growth. So for those of you that want to go like slow, this is not for you today. Today you're going to be like, well, why am I listening to this? For those of you that want to go like fast, intense, like squeeze everything you can into like a short period of time, that is exactly what Julie and I are going to be focused in on. So glad you guys are here.
Yes. We got a Christine from Beaufort, Georgia. Stephen from Notre Dame, Indiana. Brad Woods from Marietta. He wanted everybody to say go Braves. I agree. I'm a Georgia girl myself. Nick from Illinois. We got Greg from Savannah, Georgia. Kyle from Montgomery, Alabama. Johnny Walker, Clareton, Pennsylvania. Neil from Ottawa, Ontario. Sid from Southwest Florida, Rochester, New York, another Beaufort, Georgia, DeHorsey, Massachusetts, Erica, Cumming, Georgia. Hey, everybody, we got somebody from Dawsonville, Indianapolis. So glad to have all of you on tonight. Super excited to spend our Tuesday night with you guys. David from DC. Again, you can keep putting in the comments. And by the way, I just want to let everybody know, as a host, we can see your comments in the chat, okay? So we could see what you're putting in there. If you ever want to, type something for us, we'll see that. This is live. This is not in a pre-recorded format. However, there are a few of you that will be watching this in a pre-recorded format. Hey, that's okay too. We do got Michael from, I'm assuming Dallas, Texas, Michael Lee. There's a lot of Dallases in America, but I'm assuming Dallas, Texas. Mark from Central Florida. Jack from Findlay, Ohio. So glad. I'm actually in Dawsonville, Georgia, about an hour north of Atlanta, at actually our office.
You're still at work, Julie? I love it. I love it. Not that we're all not at work. Work now just has a different, isn't it weird? Like 6 months ago, looking at someone in the office was the norm. Now, like I look at you at, what time is it? 7 o'clock. And I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. Man, the dynamics of everything have changed, haven't they? Totally.
Yeah, they sure have. But you know what's weird about it, and I'll be the first one to say, if you'd have asked me a year ago if this situation would work out, I would tell you no. I mean, it forced change. I mean, and what else is life? Life is either you change on your own or it's forced upon you, right? So, but it's your ability to adapt to those situations to either make you great or fall on your rear, and I've always been good at adapting to situations. Oh, and by the way, Turlo and me and Peter were talking about this earlier. He said, God bless Eddie Van Halen, because we had somebody from DeHorsey, Massachusetts. So that was, some strange news today.
Yes, that was. That's how they know we're live, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're reporting the latest. But, Julie had a good point, and I'm not a big tech guy, for those of you that know me. We're going to do something a little bit special today that I can't remember last time we did it on one of these Tuesday night calls, but we're going to stay on afterwards, and we're going to answer your questions. So throughout the night, whatever questions you have about what Julie and I do, how we partner with people, how we do deals with people. Just type it away. And then afterwards, we'll stay on for a couple minutes and we'll answer your questions. Because this is how we interact with people, right? Through technology now, right? Very little face-to-face interaction. But this is, by the way, guys, what we're going to talk to you guys about, tonight, it is going to be how to condense, how to get intense, how to go quick, and how to utilize the latest technology to get information and to grow. So this is going to be cool. We're going to be getting started here in a minute or so. Get rocking and rolling. We're so glad you guys are here. Exciting times for us all. Exciting weather too. Like yesterday we did one of these and I closed my door like right around this time because it was freezing here in Atlanta. I don't know how it is up there tonight, Julie, but it is hot here in Atlanta tonight.
It's warm. It's warm. I mean, last night was such beautiful weather. I did our call sitting outside on my back porch. Got a little cold by the end of it, but it's warm today.
Yeah, it's Atlanta weather changes from day to day. So, all right, well, listen, guys, let's go ahead and get rolling. So glad you guys are on. We're so glad for all the new people that are coming on. Like I said, if you have any questions as we go with tonight with Julie, as Julie and I go, just type them into the chat, and then we'll stay on a couple minutes afterwards, and we'll answer whatever question you may have. So the first thing I want to say is I want to address you all that are listening here to us tonight. We're going to be listening in a recorded format. We realize that there's two types of people that listen to us. Well, first of all, some of you guys may not even, isn't that funny? Like Julie, we kind of just assume everybody knows us and what we do. So let's just pretend there's going to be, I know there's a number of people that don't know who we are, that don't know what we do. So give us a quick summary. We're real estate investors. I mean, that is our primary function. Sometimes people think our primary function is education or training. That's our second tier. But for many, many, many years, Julie and I together built a real estate investment company. And we did what any investor does. We did real estate deals. And we did them the old-fashioned way, right? It's like see deal, do deal, find deal, do deal, identify deal, do deal. This is what really, and like when you break down real estate to its outmost basic elements, that's what real estate's all about. And we did it very, very, very successfully. We knew how to blow up the phones with motivated sellers. We knew how to train people to negotiate on our behalf. We knew how to have an in-house closing staff that was able to propel each file and each property to closing. We knew how to inspect ourselves. We knew how to do due diligence ourselves. All the way through the process, we knew exactly how to execute a real estate deal. And we did it successfully to a tune of, thousands of real estate deals. And then Julie and I thought, let's kind of like think about expanding. How do we do more deals? Because, many times, especially in real estate, most of us, we're confined by geography, right? Most people cannot just like say, well, I live in Atlanta, Georgia, but let me just go ahead and kill it out the park in Wisconsin. I mean, it sounds good. And, the gurus make it seem really easy, but it's not. So what we started initially doing is we literally started expanding by setting up satellite offices. Like we went to Florida, set up an office in Jacksonville. We started getting other people across the United States setting up offices. We went all the way to California. I mean, it's about as far away on the West Coast as you can go from us here in Georgia. And we literally just started planning offices across the United States and with some very key individuals. But it was still mostly our deal. Like we marketed, we did everything centrally and all this, and things went super duper. We're like, wow, we're at the next level. And then one day, Julie and I were like, how do we go to the next level? Like, okay, now we have presence in like California, we have presence in Jacksonville, offices in between there and there, but we're not even closely remotely covering the whole United States. Like, how can we figure out a way to cover the whole United States? So that's when we came up with this, like at that point, it seemed almost like a harebrained idea. It was just like we're throwing mud against the wall. And we said, what if we kind of just like start partnering with so-called random people? Now think about this, like this is like in real estate, it's one thing to partner with a random partner and maybe go hiking or maybe play tennis or maybe have a golf match. Like in real estate, when you start partnering with random people you don't know, you could take like a killing, a beating, right? You could lose a ton of money. But that's exactly what she and I began to do in the beginning. We literally started working with random people across the United States, and the model took a life on its own. And it was kind of like, you find it, we fund it. Okay. And we started, doing deals with people and all this, but there was a lot of holes in that model because these literally were random people. And let's say random people don't know how to find good deals. So to find like one good deal, Julie and I would have to talk to a bunch of these random people and do due diligence on these random people. And although the model did in itself become successful, we realized we really got to do this with some structure. So we started thinking like, what if we like actually teach these people how to do it, right? What if we like invest our people, our infrastructure, our time, and show people how to find a deal? And then we said, what else does someone need? Like if I'm just an individual anywhere in the United States and I want to do a real estate deal, yes, obviously I need to know what I'm doing. That goes without saying. But then we start realizing there's other things the individuals we were working with needed. Like for instance, they needed leads, right? Everyone needs leads, right? So we said, let's incorporate that into the model. Let's actually take these exact same people, let's teach them how to do it, and let's start providing things for them. Like the first thing is we started helping them generate leads. We started skip tracing for them, which is an incredibly important aspect of real estate investing. Then we start realizing, they need technology. Everyone in today's world needs technology. So we went beyond and we said, okay, well, let's develop the like near perfect technology they need. And we started not only teaching them and helping them generate leads, we started providing them technology. Then the next obvious thing was kind of like, okay, we got to back them financially. If we're going to invest all this into them, let's face it, we got to back them. We got to put like our money where our mouth is. So we started providing capital for these individuals to do deals with. Okay. Then we're like, okay, what's the number one way we're going to lose in this thing? Okay, well, we're going to lose on the construction. So we said, well, gosh, we've been doing this for many years. We've done tons and tons of projects. Let's get our construction outfit involved and help the right individuals even fix these properties. And what happened is we developed a model. We literally developed a model where it became literally a partner-driven model, where from our end, Julie and I needed, to an extent, we needed local partners. We needed boots on the ground, okay? But what our partners in return gained was knowledge, mentorship, support, back office, lead gen, technology, money, rehab. And then what do we do? Coaching. And then we just throw the properties in the market, sell them, split the profits down the middle, 50-50. And that is the model that we run today. We are a partner-driven real estate investment company, meaning all of our deals at this point, we still get some that kind of walk in the door here locally just because people know us, but an overwhelming majority of our deals now are as a result of our partners across the United States. And so some of you guys here tonight, you are a partner of ours. You may have just getting started. You may be with us for a while. Some of you guys may be done your first deal with us. Some of you guys are here, have done multiple deals, but you're like all in. And we know that why you're here tonight. You're here tonight because this is another way for you to connect, interact, learn from Julie and I. Okay. Obviously, as a partner, you get this every day. Literally, you get this in a group environment. You get this in a private environment. You get all those other things. But for those of you that are partners, we're so glad you're here. We're excited for you all to be here tonight. We got some incredibly cool stuff for you tonight here. But for those of you that are partners, the mission is the same as you hear me say week in and week out. Tonight, we want you to reset, recharge, recommit, and we want you to go to the next level. Okay, no matter what level you're at. And so we're glad you're here. Some of y'all here tonight are not our partners. And we know why you're here. You're checking us out. Very few times do people just like, gosh, I want to do something fun tonight. So let me listen to like a real estate seminar, okay? Like if I want to do something fun, I'm going out to eat. I'm maybe maybe doing some sport activity, maybe that. But like I've never thought, well, I want to do something nice. So let me dial around and see who's doing a real estate webinar, okay? So we know you're not here for fun. You're here for a very serious reason. you've heard about us somehow, you've interacted maybe with us somehow, you may have even engaged us somehow, talked to us, but you're here to figure out if this is the right model for you, this is the right move for you, and this is the right trajectory for you as far as being a real estate investor. And we're so glad you're here also, because Julie and I do this every week. You know, we don't hide behind curtains. We don't send representatives out. We don't have like a team of speakers that speak on our behalf. We feel like, hey, it's us. And this is like one time of the week where we're literally we showcase ourselves to a degree. We want you to know, are we the individuals that you potentially want to do deals with? You know, we want you to feel like, do we understand this business, or are we like reading from a manual? Like, do I have a manual here in front of me and say, okay, real estate investing is, okay? So we want you to feel comfortable that we actually do know what we're doing, that we do have history, we do have credentials, but most importantly, we want you to buy in to the model that we have bought into a long time ago, that real estate is a lot better done as a result of a partnership than by yourself. And I'm going to say this beyond just that. The newer you are in this business, the more important it is to partner than to do it yourself. One of the biggest, very few people get in this business, make a ton of money, do a ton of deals, and then just quit. Like that, I mean, I'm sure it happens, but very rarely. Let me tell you what happens, why people get out. They get in, they try to do it themselves, they get hurt, somehow financially, infrastructurally, and then they quit, right? Very few people quit at the top. Almost everybody quits in the bottom. So the most time you need help in this business, it is when you're starting. It is when you're like on your first and your second deal, or maybe no deal at all yet. This is the time where you really, really, really want to make sure you're successful. Because the last thing you want to do in this business is get in, try to figure out as you go, make a mistake, and then never recover from it. Okay?
I actually have a story to tell, Peter, as it relates to partnership. And I heard this last week. I don't know if any of you guys are on here. You ever like hear something when you're somewhere and it's like it just sticks with you. And it really, for me, really stuck with me in understanding why having partners is so crucial for us, okay, and for them as well. So in the chat, go ahead and let me know. Has anybody ever heard the phrase, 2 heads are better than 1? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Have anybody ever heard that? I know we've all heard lots of sayings like growing up. Okay, absolutely. So I never actually thought where that came from. I'm probably going to mess the story up a little bit, but I want to give it my best shot on what that means, right? So, you know, back in the day when you had horse-drawn carriages, okay, you know, whenever you had one horse, the one horse could pull so much weight by himself or by herself. Well, then when you add another horse, the next horse is able to pull its own amount of weight, right? So you got 2 horses maybe being able to work together. But when you combine those 2 horses to pull that carriage together, the weight that they are able to pull together instead of by themselves is well more than double. The actions that you take with someone else along your journey is not just their head and your head, it's your heads together, the synergy that makes. And I know for me, it's an absolute blessing to be able to work with all of our partners, because as much as I like to sit back and say, I'm teaching, you know, all of these strategies that's helped me do over, you know, 1,600 deals now, I literally learn something new every day from our partners that are out there. So we're learning and growing together. And David Anderson said, yes, they yoke together. That's a great one. I'm gonna next time I tell that story, I'm going to use that, David. But I just wanted to add that as a partnership, because ever since I've heard that, I just keep thinking about that concept.
It's funny, Julie. I'm like, I just heard the same story, and then I just realized we were in the same spot when we heard that story. Julie and I actually went to really a mastermind, I guess you could say, of some of the top investors in the country. We all got together last week, and I could tell you across the board, and I don't want to spend tonight's not the time for this, but everyone said the one mantra, the one kind of across the board agreed. There is never, ever, 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 ever been the kind of time that we're about ready to experience here in real estate investing. That this is the perfect storm. This is where there's motivation here from the sellers. This is where here demand from the buyers. You know, usually it's like this or like this, and you're like trying to figure it out. It's like this, you know, it's through the roof on both sides. So whether you partner with us or not, you want to go at it yourself, just do it. I'm just telling you, we're all putting a stamp of approval. There's no better time to get in this business, whether you do it with us as a partner or whether you just do it yourself and try to figure it out. We just don't think that's maybe the smartest thing, but if you want to do it, just do it. Incredible opportunity. So for those of you that are not partners, you heard what partners get. They get coaching, they get mentoring, they get leads, they get technology, they get funding, they get help with construction. We sell and split the profits. By the way, some of you guys know us well enough that you're like, I want to jump on and I want to partner. I'm ready to get started tonight. We have a very special team member that's been with us for many, many years, 7+ years. She's actually negotiated on our behalf millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars of transactions. And she's actually on standby. So for those of you that are ready to pull the trigger tonight and get started as a partner, call Christine. You can call her directly. She'll get you rolling tonight. And as soon as, but not tire kickers. If you don't understand the model, if you think this is like some kind of a get rich scheme, if you think this is like something we hand out, that's not for you. But for those of you that really have kind of, you get it by now and you're ready to pull the trigger, call Christine tonight at 770-369-4395. I'm sure it's somewhere in your chat. And, but for those of you that do need to understand the model more, you just need to go to www.partnerdriven.com. I'm sure that's up here in your chat also, and you'll learn more. So those are all the pleasantries. Let's get started. So guys, the topic for tonight is very simple. Like, have you ever let's say, like I just said, this is the best time to be in the business. In the next couple of years, it's only going to get better and better and better. But have you ever thought like, okay, I get it. I understand and all this, but how do I do it faster? How do I do it quicker? How do I like accelerate everything? Is there a way to condense a lot of things under like in a very short period of time, right? Like I'm like that. Like when I make a decision to do something, I've never made a decision to do something and then said, okay, well, let's do this in a slow kind of way. I mean, that's just not me. And I don't think that's you. Okay. Most people, once you make a decision, you want to get there as quickly as possible, right? Because let's face it, they always say you have to enjoy the journey and all this. But let's face it, journey is like when crap happens, right? Like if you could cut out the journey and just get like if I can win an Olympic race without running it, I'm in. Like count me in. If you just give me a gold medal, I just show up at some Olympic games. That's my way of doing it, okay? So bottom line is, no matter what people say, no matter what people do, there's absolutely shortcuts in life. Make no mistake about it. There's no freebies. I don't think schemes work. I don't think doing things that you shouldn't be doing works, maybe for a short period of time. But ultimately, there's a longer way and there's a shorter way. You know, we've all experienced it. Like, for instance, when I got started in this business, I took the longer way. Like in my stupidity, decided, well, I'm going to do this myself. Oh, yeah, I do have a couple bucks. So let me just go risk all the money I got. Yeah, let me go trust every single person that looks at me as a paycheck, like a real estate agent, a contractor, because they all love me. They all know I want to be a long-term player, right? Not true. And so in the beginning, I decided to take the long way, and that kind of path cost me about 3 years in this business. Oh, and all my money and all my credibility and most of the friends I had, and like almost a total destruction of everything I had, because I thought that this pathway, and the pathway was kind of, I'm going to do it my way, and I don't need too much help or advice. And it really cost me everything. I mean, to the point I almost got homeless. And 3 years in this business, like if you would have said, okay, well, what do you have to show for it? I had zero to show for it. Like literally, I volunteered in this business for 3 years, you could say. You know, I could have gone to like a third world country, at least help some people out, you know, and you provide a value. I didn't even do that. I just basically ran around like a chicken with my head cut off. So that's the long way. But there was a shorter way of doing it. We think the ultimate shortcut is this overall model we run in the partner-driven world. But also within the model, there's ways to accelerate things. You know, there's ways to kind of get things, okay, how do I get it quicker? How do I get it faster? How do I get it in a more intense way? How do I like hit it from every angle, but like really, really, really quickly, right? And so what we're going to talk to you guys about is our next virtual live event. Because I could tell you from my perspective, almost like if I look back at things that have happened to me, let's just say in my real estate career, right? I could almost always point to something that happened at a live event. You know, obviously the world we're in right now, they're live, they're virtual, we're doing them like this, but it's still, you still get all the benefits, you still own this. But if I look back at my own personal career and I look at the milestones of it, right? It's not the technique I learned, it's something that happened to me. It's not the strategy that kind of got me on the right pathway. It's an interaction, okay? And so like, for instance, I'll tell you, one of my huge motivating factors in the beginning was when I got started in this business, I went to an event and the guru that was putting it on, he just blew me off. I mean, I can't explain it any other way. He absolutely blew me off. He just thought I was no name, but he made me feel like a no name. He thought I was worthless to the organization he was putting together, which maybe I was. And he let me know, like it was a momentary interaction between myself and the guy putting it on. It was like literally like that split second, but he absolutely let me know that there was no value to him and his group and his people, his organization, and me. And that one event, even though it was such a negative event, I promise you propelled me in this business, okay? On the flip side, I could also tell you a story about an event I was at where I was standing in front of but in amidst a bunch of people, excited, jumping up and down. And for those of you that know me, know I'm not a jumpy up and down guy. I'm kind of more subdued. I'm more to myself. I'm not the rah-rah guy at all. But I was standing among these people. I was listening to the presenter. And for some reason, at a split second, it went like he wasn't presenting to the group. He was talking to me. Like he said something that to me was like, that's me. And that was another thing that happened at a weekend event that also propelled me in this business. And I could tell you story upon story upon story, both good and bad, by the way, that really kept me going in this business. You know, it was that happened in those events. So I could tell you from like personal experience, these live, short, weekend, couple-day events, in my opinion, are absolutely critical. You know, Julie, I was just making fun of Julie. It's like, oh yeah, I heard the same story. It's because guess what? Julie and I still go to these events. Like,
I went to two back to back.
Oh yeah, Julie's like overdose on everything, right? She just got back from 2 of them. But she and I still understand the importance of short-term infusion of power, infusion of information, condense it in the shortest kind of way, and just like, and go. And literally just a couple of days ago, Julie got back from 2 live events back to back. I was at the second one. I didn't go to the first one, but guess what? I was part of the organization that was part of the first one. And I could tell you today, literally today, like 3 or 4 hours ago, we were on the call, a Zoom call just like this with somebody from one of those events. Okay. Like strategizing on the next step, you know, and I'm not saying Julie and I are like anything special, but like if anyone's got it down in real estate, we kind of have it down. We kind of know what to do, right? Like if anybody, you know, if we're going to argue, like, does the new person need to go to an event, or does a person that's been doing this for 20 years need to go to an event? You know, like we're doing okay already, but we also understand we need that infusion. We need that motivation. We need that information. We need that camaraderie, by the way. You know, we need that interaction in a short, you know, in that kind of a way. And so everything that we now do for our partners is things we're still doing ourselves. There's nothing that we do for our partners that we're like, well, let's just try it out on this organization and see if it works. Okay. We don't do that. And so tonight we want to spend a little time talking to you guys about our next virtual live event. It actually takes place November
6th and 7th.
November 6th and 7th. It's going to be done virtually, just like this, so it's like you get the best of all the worlds. Number one, you get the infusion, you get the intensity, you get the unbelievable training and teaching we're going to do, you get the incredible camaraderie, but you don't have to pack your bags. You don't have to plan a plane trip. You don't have to plan a hotel.
You might have watched your kids.
Kids. I mean, for those that have kids, that's like an ordeal in of itself. Just like the pawn, if your kids are young enough, that's like an ordeal in itself to figure out what the heck am I going to do for 3 days with my kids. So I think right now it's literally the best of all the worlds. It's literally, you get all the benefit of that unbelievable weekend, but you do it from the comfort of your own home. Okay. I mean, you do it just the way we're interacting right now. That's what you're doing it. So, in my opinion, it's just the ultimate way of doing it.
I wanted to discuss something, because I've seen a couple questions come through, I want to learn wholesaling. What's the best type of lead to go after? Let me try to explain what I feel like that this live event is going to encompass for you, which we're going to go over the details. Okay. But I'm going to give you an overall picture. So obviously, whether it's real estate or anything else, all of us sometime in our life is wanting to learn something, right? Now, the problem with learning something for me sometimes is that you learn step by step from the beginning to the end, right? The beginning to the end, which makes a circle. I'm thinking, and there's information in the middle. If I don't get kind of the full concept of beginning to end, it's hard for me personally to fill in the center of the details. If I don't understand, for instance, this business, how do I make money, for instance? How do I find the deals? How do I get the deals closed? What do I do in the middle? Right? And if you watch training from anybody else or even from us, there's no way that someone can explain that full circle in a short amount of time for you to get a complete concept. Okay. What these 2 days, which by the way is a Friday and a Saturday. I know Friday's during the week, but we didn't want to have it on Sunday, but we're going to do 2 days on a Friday and Saturday. Is we're going to start from the beginning and work ourselves around that circle. Okay. So that by the end, you're going to understand the complete concept. Now, for those of you that already understand the complete concept, every little step you're going to learn some more, right? You're going to add on to what you already know. For those of you that are fairly new, you're going to kind of get a bigger picture. And because a lot of you, let's be real here. A lot of us want to be in this business for a lifestyle. And I don't mean the silly lifestyle that everybody talks about. I'm not talking about, things that most people say. What I think about it when you say lifestyle, maybe it's quitting my full-time job. Maybe it's being able to go on more vacations a year, right? But some of you don't even know if this business is even right for you. So what you're doing is you're coming in little snippets here, little snippets here. You're trying at something. Now, I know that's not correct English, but have you ever tried at something before? You never actually get it done. Okay. What these 2 days is going to do for you, okay, just like the events I went to, it's helping you learn a whole concept. For those of you that understand the concepts, we're going to break each individual step down so that whether you partner with us or not, you're still going to be able to go out there and do deals. That's the entire goal. We're not going to focus on one subject. We're going to have different speakers for both days. And guys, I am working my best to make sure it's as exciting as possible. I've done many virtual events and actually I love them. But we're going to break this down into little steps. So for those of you like, what type of properties am I going to go after? Hey, don't worry. I'm going to go over exactly what properties you should go after. Well, once I find them, how do I market to them? Don't worry. We're going to show you that. Well, I'm not a good negotiator. Look, the dude on the other end is the best negotiator I've ever met. You're going to learn closing processes. You're going to learn all sorts of stuff. It's going to complete that bridge and that circle for you. And we truly, truly want you to be there. And you know, last thought on virtual as to being live. I saw this actually on the news the other day. People actually, and some of us do miss it, but do y'all remember like actually going to the movies? Do you guys remember going to the movies? Like you go there, you purchase a ticket and you're paying for popcorn, you're doing this, you're doing this. And yeah, I miss going to the movies too. But a lot of people had rather watch that same movie, pay full price for that movie and watch it from home and get the same experience as they received in that movie theater. A lot of people feel that way. I promise you the live environment it's going to allow you to be comfortable in your own home. It's going to allow you to be able to break out from that. You know, some of us are nervous to be around and ask questions. You're going to be in your own environment, your own world, and it's going to get us from that point A to the loop that we talked about.
You know, it's like as I listen to you talk, I'm just trying to formulate it in my mind. Here's what I think it really comes down to. Live event, no live event, do this, do that. It really comes down to a personal decision of how serious you are about the things you want to accomplish. I mean, let's face it. I think almost everybody gets into real estate because what they're doing currently isn't working. Like very few people like graduate from high school and like, what do I want to be? I want to be a real estate investor. I mean, I'm sure there's people like that, but few and far in between. Most people graduate from high school, maybe graduate from college, and go down the conventional route, right? They go into jobs. They maybe start their own businesses. Real estate is never the initial go-to, like hardly ever. Real estate is always like, I want to get out of this and get into something else, right? Like plenty of people get into accounting right away. Plenty of people become engineers right away. Plenty of people become doctors. Very few people just become real estate investors. Investing is really a business for those that aren't really happy with what they have. Okay, there's a couple options like that. You know, some people get into investing in stock market, but you better already be doing good at what you're doing. So you kind of already decided, I assume, if you're listening to us, that you're not where you want to be, whether it's job related, whether it's business related, whether it's money related, lifestyle related, and all this. And then, okay, so if you made that decision, and again, it depends how strong that decision is. Some people, you know, kind of check things out. They check things out the rest of their lives. They never do anything. They constantly checking things out. And I get it. But there's some of you guys that are like, okay, I've made the decision, Pete. I'm beyond checking it out. I want to do it. And so what we're really talking about today is a way to shortcut it, like I said. What we're talking about today is something that you really got to do. What we're talking about today is really a tool in your set of tools that'll get you there quicker. Okay? So I wouldn't think about this live event like, oh, do I need it? Do I want it? Am I going to get anything out of it? Don't look at it like that. Look at it as, do you want the results that you were in this business for quicker? I think that's really how you got to evaluate this. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't remember last time I went to a seminar, because again, like deep down inside, I'm kind of a shy person. I'm introverted. I'm not like the rah-rah guy. I'm not the guy that sits in the front of the room, the guy that sits in the back of the room. So I can't remember ever going to like, okay, I cannot wait to do this, or I cannot wait to do that.
That's me.
Well, and that is Julie, but that's totally not me. I've always looked at it from perspective, is it going to help me? Is whatever that is it going to help me get to my goals a little bit quicker? Is it going to get me the ability to shortcut the system? Is it going to give me an advantage that I would have had I not done it? And I could tell you these kind of weekends, they do.
Mhm.
They do. I mean, Julie and I have been doing this, and the partner-driven family have been doing this for a long time. You know, we've been doing this for these live events for a long time, and I could tell you, and you know, I guess I can't speak 100% across the board, but at least like to me, I've never had anyone go to one of our events and then say, because we actually give people money back. Like if they don't like it, just take your money back. The couple bucks you gave us, take it back, you know, whatever. I can't remember it ever happened in our world. I can't remember somebody coming out of there and like saying, well, that didn't learn anything. And so I feel with utmost confidence that um, if you come there through virtually, and if you attend, and if you really partake, not just like have it on, but go, you know, you're cooking or you're jogging or you know, your kids have your attention. I mean, like, give us your full attention or as much of it as you possibly can. I'm telling you, you're going to get value. You will absolutely shortcut your journey. The road to success will be quicker. It'll be easier. And for a lot of other reasons other than like the technical stuff, right? It's that other stuff that happens during these, you know,
Aha moments.
yeah, I mean, it's just like nobody goes there for the aha moment, but guess what? I promise you, you're going to hear somebody on there, whether it might be Julie, it might be myself, it might be from Ben or Rafa or Laura or Mary or some other surprises that we have coming up there. But you're going to walk out of there and say, I got it. Okay. Because I'll be honest with you, you know, maybe I probably shouldn't even be saying this tonight, but I've never been to an event that I'd say, oh, from A to Z, it was like, oh my God, no. Everything that's always had an impact on me has been like, hey, I went there and for that 5 minutes or for that 20 minutes, or it was because of that guy or it was because of that lady. And guess what? Sometimes it's not even the speaker. You know, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to give you all the ability to interact among yourselves. One of the things we're going to do is we're going to want you to contribute. You know, we feel like at the partner-driven family, everyone contributes. It's not just like Julie and I and the team behind us. I mean, we contribute, but everybody contributes. I mean, like I think Julie, you were saying this before. I mean, we learn a lot from our partners. You know, there's techniques, there's strategies that we're doing today that Julie and I ourselves probably would not be doing had we not had partners that said, hey guys, let me show you something that you could do, or let me tell you something that the rest of the family can benefit from and the rest of the infrastructure is going to benefit from. So, you know, any way you look at it, any angle you look at it from, any way you're going to twist this is going to be an incredible weekend. I could tell you, it's going to be an incredible weekend for myself personally, for Julie and the team. But I could tell you, you're gonna love it. You're gonna absolutely love it. And so we want to give you a little bit more, maybe specifics what we're going to do here. But I also want somebody to put the link up. I think, Julie, what is it? We're charging $97 to get in, or $99?
$99.
It's $99, and we feel like everybody contributes some. You know, everybody just contributes a couple bucks, and shows us you're serious. And also we've learned, Julie and I have gone down the pathway doing these for free, and then like nobody's like, oh yeah, I'm in, and you know, we're getting these systems set up, and no. So we've learned that, you know, everybody should put a couple bucks in. That means you'll take it more seriously, you'll get more value out of it, and most importantly, you'll show up. So partnerdrivenlive.com, www.partnerdrivenlive.com. There you could register. Once you register, you'll immediately get into our world, meaning that we'll show you like all the like exactly what time, and we'll start, you know, getting you really warmed up for the thing. But Julie, talk a little bit about more specifically what it is that we are going to cover. Like, let's say from a calendar perspective. I know we haven't like 100% finalized it all, but talk a little bit about what we have finalized and what we are going to provide to everyone that's there.
Well, you know, first off, I would like to, and I'm going to go through all of that, but if you would, guys, let's go ahead and register now, because I really am going to put a limit to the amount of people that are going to be there because of some of these cool breakout sessions that I've got scheduled. And by the way, the first 100 people to register for this is going to be entered into a drawing to receive $500 worth of credits into Deal Driven, which is a marketing arm, which we'll go over later. But so at the very beginning, we're going to kind of go over mindset, okay? Because honestly, when you start a journey like this or 2-day event, we got to get your mind right. You know, you've got to be focused on exactly what we're doing and what we're going to accomplish, okay? Then we're going to show you how to find deals in your area. And by the way, I'm not talking about buying deals from a bank, buying them for other wholesalers, buying them from the MLS. I'm talking about building a real business where you completely understand how to go out and find deals direct to seller. That's what makes a true business model work, not buying from somebody else, okay? So what is a good deal? Where do I find them? And most importantly, when I find these deals, how do I get them how do I work these deals? Because most people understand, okay, I drove by or I pulled a list in my area and I saw this house. Great. Now what do I do? Well, that's exactly what we're going to show you. We're going to go over some marketing tools that you can use that are going to help you. Because by the way, as Peter said, we do market, we do partner with people across America, but we do our own deals. We spend our own money in marketing. We do this business every day. So we want to show you those things. We want you to understand purchase contracts. As silly as that is, believe it or not, to me, that's huge. I don't understand how you can negotiate a deal without understanding your purchase contract correctly, right? Understanding how to build cash buyer databases, understanding different ways to get that deal closed and to monetize that deal to make money. Like I mentioned earlier, understanding the process of negotiations, how to market yourself out there in public. I mean, we are going to be jam-packed for 2 days. I think it's going to be from like 10 to 4, Friday and Saturday. Hopefully we might throw in a couple extra things. I actually have a couple speakers booked right now that I'm not going to let you know about, but they don't even like the one gentleman that I'm looking at, he don't even necessarily do what we do. I want to bring him as a speaker so that there's just another leg to learn, right? So this is just some of the few things that we're going to work with you on this weekend, right? And I mean, who on this call, whether you join us or not, be real with me. Who here really, really, truly feels that they want to be in real estate full time? I mean, just go ahead and put it in the chat, put it out there. And by the way, I'm not trying to sell you anything whenever I'm having you say this. I really, truly want to know who feels that way. Okay. Got a few? Okay. All right. Thank you. Hey, thank you guys for your honesty. Believe it or not, being honest to yourself is really hard because I struggle with it every day. Okay. So next thing. Do you feel that you're doing everything that you can do to be in this full time? I mean, tell me the truth, or tell yourself the truth. Do you really feel that way? But hey, I get it. I've been there. And see, that's okay. We all get better every day. We all can get there. For us to be there, but we've got to start really pushing and taking action. And Peter mentioned this at the beginning of the call. Well, glad, I'm super excited, Drew, that you registered for the live event. But I'm going to say this in my way, okay? I cannot predict the future, okay? I'm not a celestial being, but I will tell you this. I have never seen an opportunity in real estate like I am seeing right now and as I'm seeing in the future. I'm not. I've never seen it. The thing is that if you guys truly want to be in this business full time, there's things in life that make you successful, right? It's your effort, it's time. Sometimes, and I hate to say it, it's being in the right place at the right time. I know that's, crappy to say, but guys, whether you work with us or whether you do it on your own, now it's time to wake up in the morning to decide whether or not you're going to take action. I sure would love for that part of your action plan and steps is to be with us at that live event. Because being in this business full time changed my life. Anybody that knows me, which, I assume you do on here, and I know you don't. It's just, I've been talking for so long. I just think people know when they're on this call. But like, there's no stage of your life right now that you're at that you could tell me and say, I'm never going to make it in this business. You're not going to tell me that. Because when I got started in this business, like financially speaking, I had like nothing. I had no money to lose. But I did know that this is what I wanted to do, and I took action each and every day. Sometimes it's hard in the beginning, but once you get the hang of it, it is so worth it. And the day that I knew it was worth it is not when I bought a Lamborghini or when I bought some big, huge house like you see on Instagram. It was the day that I was able to go to a nice restaurant with my family and not have to look at my bank account or my credit card balances before I went, and go on a vacation without moving money around. I want that for you guys. Okay. So I don't know if, Peter, if you have anything else, or we're going to open it for questions, but I better see you guys at the live event. Like, you just don't even know how cool it is. That's probably not a good sales pitch, but.
And by the way, guys, we are going to do something a little bit. Julie kept on telling me earlier, he's like, we do this. I'm like, no, I've never done this. But we are going to stay here for a couple minutes afterwards here, and we're almost done. And we're going to answer your questions. So be ready to type them in. I think Julie said there's a way to raise hands in here too. But we're going to answer your questions. But here's the ultimate thing. We believe in our live events because really the goal of the live event is very simple. We want to propel you further in this business. We want to build value in our partnering model. And we want more partners, and we want existing partners to get to the next level. Because in the end, we all want to do more deals. You want to do more deals. We want to do more deals and all this. So we do this very simple. Sometimes they will give you your money back, but you're like, well, I flew there for $1,500. I spent $800 on a hotel. I spent $400 for a babysitter for my father and $800 for a babysitter for my kids. You're not going to have any expenses on this one. You're just going to have a $99 fee. So if you don't like it, the worst thing that'll happen, you'll spend 2 days with Julie and I and the staff. You absolutely will learn something that'll propel you to the next level. If for some reason you don't like it, just let us know afterwards. We'll give you your money back. I mean, that's really the ultimate thing I could say. You could play the system, I guess is what they call it. Anyway, guys, partnerdrivenlive.com. We're doing this November 6th and 7th. We're going to go from around 9 in the morning till about 5 in the afternoon. I'm sure we'll record it for people that are attending. And if for some reason you got it like, hey man, I got an important business meeting during an hour or two, don't worry. We'll make all that available to you. So you're not going to miss, a lick. And I will tell you, we will, surpass your expectations. We absolutely, that weekend will surpass your expectations. And I challenge you to not walk out of that 2 days fast, exciting, informative event and not have something to say, you know what, it's because of this that I'm able to go forward. That's how confident I feel. And really the partner-driven family here and the staff that Julie and I have and all this. So partnerdrivenlive.com. Go register tonight, like Julie said, and Julie's serious. She's going to limit how many people we have because we're going to do breakout sessions. We're going to do like personal interaction. We're going to get serious that weekend. We're going to get serious that weekend because as a result of that weekend, we want to have dozens and dozens of deals that we would not otherwise have had it not been for that weekend. So whether you're a partner or not a partner, that's a no-brainer. Partnerdrivenlive.com. Go register tonight, make the commitment. You absolutely will love it. If we do, simple as that. It's not only if you don't like it, we'll give your money back. If we don't surpass your expectations, we'll refund your money. And as far as I know, for the years we've been doing these, we've never had one person come to us afterwards and want their money back. That's how powerful it is. So, Julie, that's all I got also, but we did say we're going to stay on. So for those of you that have questions, Julie, do they just type them in, or is there a way to?
Well, let me, I'll take on for here. And so, by the way, we are doing a live Q&A tonight because sometimes we feel like there's still quite a few of you left by the end of this. And maybe you just like have some questions, okay? And if you're like me, I don't all the time like to type in my questions. So there's a couple things you could do. Number one, if you like go over to where you see your name under participants, if you scroll over your name or put your mouse over the name, you'll see this button that says raise hand. Okay. Oh, I guess that feature is gone. Okay. It used to be you could bring them on live from there, but I guess you cannot anymore. Zoom did a lot of their, let's see here if I can.
But they could still, by the way, as you're figuring this out, guys, we're going to stay on tonight. Type in your question, whatever question you have about real estate investing, about live event, about what we do with our partners, about anything real estate related. So while Julie's figuring out how to do the live interaction, well,
there it is. There it is. I'm going to, it just popped up. I'm going to allow you to talk. Okay. So literally I'm going to bring you on live. So Galaxy J7 Star, I'm bringing you on. Okay. And, so I'm maybe putting a couple of you on the spot. So if you have raised your hand, it's going to bring you on this webinar to speak. So you are, let's see, I'm going to ask to unmute. If you would like to talk now, you can. I don't know your name because it says Galaxy J7 Star. All right. Well, I'm going to move on to the next person.
And Julie, actually, that individual typed their, I just saw they just typed their question in. And the question was this. My concern right now is after the 2-day live event in November, how would I be in a better position to become a partner? And, oh, she also said, I have no mic on my computer. That's why she's typing this in. How would you be in a better position from a couple standpoints? Your belief level in what we do, your confidence in what we do, and your just overall understanding in what we do is going to go through the roof. Okay. But beyond that, what you're going to just simply learn, even if you don't become a partner, what you're simply going to learn that weekend is going to propel you further in this business in terms of doing maybe your first deal, making your first $5,000 check, getting network with the right individual that you're going to meet at that live virtual event and all that. So from every perspective, you will go further in this business.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ed Lindsay, you are live. All right, maybe I'm just going to read.
How you doing?
Oh, good. The first time doing this. Yes.
I'm on a Mac. It kind of helps you go through it.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter, how's it going? Haven't seen you in a long time.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Good. Should have stuck with you when I was with you before, but anyway, I took the easy route, the 100K plus job, and now the job's going to history. So
let's get you back.
That's right.
Let's get you back. Call me afterwards tonight. I'll personally get you started if you're ready to get rolling again.
I had to do a stock transfer or sale and waiting for that to come hit the bank.
That's okay. As soon as you're ready, we're here for you. You got a question for us, Ed?
Got a lot of people. A lot of people in Frederick, Washington D.C., Hagerstown, Maryland.
We got partners all over the place, but most importantly, our team is ready to support partners all over the place.
Cool.
Yeah, we have quite a few in Maine, actually.
Maryland.
Yeah, yes. I mean, we generally have partners all over, but once you get in the group, you're going to be able to get with those partners individually. I mean, some of them even like meet up. like during the week and on the weekend.
Cool.
And by the way, Ed, if you're not quite ready to go to the full partner, make sure you go to this event. Okay. And if you have to sell something to get there, you know, because it's like not get there, but just log on, go ahead and sell something. It's that powerful.
Sounds good.
All right. So I'm going to bring on, thank you, Ed. It was good to hear from you. I'm going to bring on Miss Martha Parker. All right. So I'm going to ask to unmute Miss Martha Parker. If you unmute yourself, we would love to have you on live. Oh, by the way, someone asked if we're in, all right, Martha, you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay. I was just testing to see, raising my hand and bringing it down.
Mhm.
I didn't have a particular question at this time.
Okay. You couldn't even come up with a question, Martha? I'm just kidding. Well, hey, either way, it's good to talk to you for the first time, Miss Martha.
Yes, it is.
It was a first time for both of us tonight.
Right.
Both of us could push the buttons. So good, good.
That's
All right. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to bring on William Amanor. And I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself, William.
What's up, William? What's your question?
Maryland, the guy was was asking if there's somebody in Maryland, and my target is there is places that he was talking about Hagerstown, Frederick, Baltimore, Germantown, Silver Spring, yes. And then also, I'm trying to sign up on the event. I won't travel there, but I'll be on a virtual, like what we are. But there's system is just asking me if there'll be any guests, and that's place I have been highlighted, and I don't have any guests, and he's not allowing me to. I mean, register now.
Are you talking about Partner Driven Live? Okay, what I want you to do, William, just copy and paste if you can the link, www.partnerdrivenlive.com. And I'm actually going to do that here. But yes, there's absolutely, all you do is go to.
He's having a problem because once he doesn't have a guest to put in and it's not letting him go through. Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't have a guess, and I just mistakenly, I mean, click on that, and then now.
Hey, right now, just in, you know where it says what's their name and all that, just put no one to make it go through, or
okay.
not
All right.
like N-A, and then I'll fix it with the people, like the people that do all the cool stuff on the back end. But right now, just fill out something in the holes and it'll let you go through.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, William. Thank you for the question. Thank you for being aggressive. This is what we love.
All right.
We love people that like encounter challenges like I can't register, but work through it. So this is phenomenal.
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah,
Good job. Good job. We can't wait to see you at the event.
And then please, I do have one more question. I am very, very new to the whole system.
Where'd he go?
I think we lost him. But I think William was saying, Julie, do you know, is William a partner?
I don't know. I couldn't see his whole name.
He is a partner. He's one of our new partners.
Okay, so William, the first thing you want to do, and I know we lost you technically, the first thing you want to do is you want to do an onboarding call. Because in that onboarding call, as long as you're taking notes, you will have everything you need to get started.
All right.
and William, send an email to us,
Okay.
any one of us. And if you don't know how to get set up with that onboarding call, and we'll get you set up, okay?
Yeah, I've done all that. I just had a problem with my login, but today Barry got a hold of me, and we've been able to sort everything out. So
Awesome.
I'm now fully to, I mean, learn, and then move on. Thank
Awesome.
you so much. All right.
Awesome. Thanks for that stuff. All right, next question.
And you can raise your hand. I'm going to allow the next Galaxy 9 Note. When you sign into a Zoom, guys, put your name in there for anytime you're on a Zoom call. It really helps. Galaxy 7 Star. Ask to unmute. And by the way, if you have a question, just raise your hand in the chat.
Next question.
Or type it in.
Remember, you could either type in your question or you could raise your hand and we'll bring you on live. Any other questions, guys?
My hands are raised.
You on?
Yep, go ahead.
This is David.
Hi, David.
What's the maximum that you guys funded on one deal?
David, let me ask you a question. How many deals have you closed in life?
None.
Okay, don't worry about that question. We'll
Okay.
do whatever you need. Let's worry about closing a deal, not the biggest deal of your life. Okay. We will fund the right kind of deal that you will bring to the table.
Okay, thank you.
If you've never done a deal, and I'm picking on you a little bit, David, and I appreciate you giving me the ability to do that. If you've never done a deal,
That's all right. I'm a tough guy.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. If you've never done a deal, your first deal is not going to be a deal you make millions of dollars on. That's not how life, and that's not how success works. Okay, so don't worry, don't even think like that. In the beginning,
I understand. Just the reason why I asked is because a friend sent me something today.
Okay.
Right, and I told him I need to check first to see, what's the maximum.
Are you?
So that's okay.
David? Are you already a partner?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Schedule a call with us,
Plug
David.
into our system. Make sure you do your onboarding call, and we'll show you how to submit it and all that.
Okay.
All right. I love it.
Yes, David, and schedule a call with the master coaches, please. And we'll go over the deal, and we'll go over that deal with you individually.
And
Okay.
by the way, guys, for those of you that are ready to start like doing deals tomorrow, getting our money, getting our coaching, getting our leads, please call Christine at 770-369-4395. All right. Next question.
All right, I'm going to see if there's any in the Q&A. I'm not seeing any more questions, I don't believe, or any more raised hands.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, listen, this was phenomenal. I know I speak on Julie's behalf. We enjoy these. We love these. We have fun doing these. And so for those of you that are here, like specifically here tonight, whether you're a partner or non-partner, go to partnerdrivenlive.com. Register. November 6th and 7th will blow your mind of what's possible in this real estate business. For those of you that are like ready to get going tonight, like you're ready to start doing deals and you're ready to get a rocking and rolling, we have a very, very, very special team member, Christine. She's been with us forever and ever. She's negotiated tons of deals, and she's willing to get you started here literally tonight in our partnership. And Christine's number is 770-369-4395. Other than that, guys, we enjoyed it. We loved it. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. And if you're a partner, let's get it going. Like get it going to the next level. If you're not a partner, let's do something. So, all right. Thanks, guys.
All right.